Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to another Marvel Strike Force video. This one, we're going to be going over the newest developer update that came out last night. There's not a whole lot here, not a whole lot that we don't already know, but there's a few things to discuss. Also some minor changes in the game we're going to go over as well. And this video is going to be just a little bit different. We're going to forego the typical intro, and we're going to show the teaser, the Alliance War teaser that just came out on Marvel Strike Force's YouTube page. So we're going to go through that too. But first, before we get into all of this, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Alright, and welcome back. So if you've seen that already, maybe you picked a few things out of there that you hadn't seen before. And if you haven't seen it, what did you think of it? I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are. We get a really good look at the helicarriers and the maps and the different rooms and things like that. The different points associated to the different rooms. So it's pretty cool. So I am going to dive a little bit into that. But first, let's go ahead and jump into this community update here. This Alliance War is almost here. It came out last night. It's right around the corner, so we have an update coming out on the 26th. It's going to be a longer update than usual typically because of how much is going into this, and I'm sure with a major addition to the game like this, especially one that they've been working on for so long, I mean, it's essentially, you know, it's a whole new section of the game that we're going to be able to really get in there and have some fun with. So it's reasonable to think that it's going to take a little bit more time for that update. But I can't wait to jump in there and check this stuff out. I'm already thinking of some strats and everything, as I'm sure you guys are as well. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So they're talking about just the Alliance War. Alliance War is right around the corner, so that's going to be next week. The feature's been in development for quite some time. So every room in the every room in the helicarrier provides special benefits. We've talked about some of these things before, and I've got a video where I've brought everything together into one video. If you haven't seen it, I'll go ahead and link it up right here. It's covered everything that the Q&A and everything that's mentioned in here as well. So there's a lot in there. It's a little bit longer than usual, so just be forewarned there. And so with the different points and the different benefits in these different rooms, strategy obviously comes into play. We've been talking about strategy for a very long time. You've got some rooms in there that have quite a bit more points, and by the time you get to the end of the battle, you want to be the alliance with the highest number of points, right? So that you win that battle. So do you want to go through for a bunch of the lower point rooms because maybe they're not defended as well, or are you going to go for those really high point rooms that are more than likely going to be defended really well with some of the stronger teams in there? And then try and get your points up that way, and also try and wipe away benefits from your teams as well. There's a lot of cool stuff in there, a bunch of different ways that you can strategize and move those rooms around as well. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. So as it mentions here, coordination is crucial. Will you destroy the armory to score points and weaken your enemies, or will you send your best team in to take down a powerful defensive squad? Again, those defensive squads really probably going to be geared towards protecting those rooms that give the most points. So as far as the store, we do have a war store. We know that Carnage is going to be in that war store. They're also saying that the war store is going to be the primary source for your orange, your purple materials as well. So it says check out the Alliance War trailer. That's what you just saw. And then if you want to know more, Jovenshire's got his Alliance walkthrough there. There's some tips in there that are pretty helpful. A lot of the stuff in there we've known through data mines and things like that. And then the Alliance War Q&A. That's actually just right over here on the left-hand side right here, this Q&A mailbag, Alliance War Edition. So next week, they're going to add the Alliance War section to the Marvel Strike Force website, so that'll be cool. Study up, commanders. Stakes are high. Never been higher. Gold, exclusive characters, and the title of #1 Alliance are up for grabs. So don't let your Alliance get off to a slow start. The competition will be fierce. I have no doubt that that competition will be fierce. It'll be a cool new addition to the game and hopefully re-energize some people, you know. We have the legendary Magneto event coming up. With that, we do have some availability updates for the Magneto event as well as for the Shuri Legendary event. So with the Shuri Legendary event, if you don't know, then you need to get your Spider-Verse characters together. So let's jump over to the game really quick, and we're going to take a look at that update. So here you go. Sabretooth is now available in the raid store for 1,400 raid credits. This is just an in-game mail if you haven't seen it yet. And then Green Goblin is now farmable in Nexus 5-6. So it's only one node that he's farmable in. So you're going to want to farm that node as often as possible. And if you're able to afford cores, refresh that node as many times as you're able to in order to get your Green Goblin up. Because I think the weak link in the Spider-Verse universe as far as getting the team start up and ready for the Shuri Legendary event is Green Goblin and Carnage. They've just not had the availability as the other ones. With Venom and Miles Morales Spider-Man, we've had raids that we've been able to star them up, and you've more than likely by now, if you've been doing the raids, you've either maxed them out or you're close to it. And then Spider-Man's been available for a really long time, so he should really be already ready. At least 5-star by now. But either way, these two characters here, Carnage and Green Goblin, are really going to be the ones that most people are going to really need to focus on in order to get up there, get to that 5-star so you can unlock Shuri. All right, and then, so there was the Facebook voting, right? So we had a number of characters that we were able to bring back for review event campaigns to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Marvel Strike Force. And the first one coming up next week is going to be Pyro. Pyro is going to be awesome as well because you're going to need to star him up for Magneto as well. That was a very good choice for everybody. Also, everybody else that was available is farmable. Pyro is the only one on that list that was not farmable. So that was, like I said, that was a good choice. And then we got Block Party coming up next week as well. And then we just got this thing down here talking about the merger of Fox Next and the Walt Disney Company. That just finalized this past week. I believe it was Wednesday. They're just reassuring everybody that there will be zero impact on our short or long-term Marvel Strike Force experience, and that their #1 priority is really our enjoyment of the game. All right, and that is it. That is all that was in the newest update here. A lot of stuff we already know. It's good to know that we got Magneto coming up, so we can start switching our farming tactics over to that team. Pyro's coming up, which is great. Something that we're all going to want to jump in on, so we can star Pyro up, so we can get to the star 6 and 7 of Magneto, then the Block Party. All right, so let's jump into that video that we just saw for Alliance War, that little teaser, and I want to point out a couple things here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these rooms. You've got your flight decks, you've got your security, armory, and bridge, hangar and med bay, and engineering. You got a moves button up here to move the rooms around, so you're going to be able to do that. It's pretty interesting. I like the format that they've gone here. I mean, you've got the helicarrier artwork in the background. You've got these rooms here. Let's go ahead and see the other rooms we got. And then we have the reactor, the barracks, and the cargo bay. So each room is 50 points except for the bridge at 200 and the reactor down there below you can see at 100 points. And then it's all about going through the different rooms and tallying up your points by the end of the battle, and the person with the alliance with the most points is going to go ahead and win. So where are you going to want to put these rooms? Are we going to want to put the bridge in the middle or down below? We get a benefit from the med bay. We get a benefit from pretty much every room. So it'll be interesting to see, well, we do get a benefit from every room, but it's going to be interesting to see how people strategize and put the different rooms in different spots to see what's the most effective. Is the bridge going to be more effective in the bottom right? Are you going to want to put the bridge up above and put your strongest team in there to whittle at the team coming in to make them put more effort in getting that first room out than they would with getting the other rooms out? I don't know. So it'll be fun to just run through there, finally get to put our hands on it and play through it. for the different rooms and kind of get a feel for it and see where we go from there. I'm really curious to see how the ranking goes. I don't think it's going to matter what kind of alliance that you're in, as long as you're in an alliance that communicates and agrees that you want to be a part of war. It doesn't matter if you are a beginning alliance or if you're kind of in the middle of the strength of the alliance, strength, power, total collection power stuff, or if you're like one of those big uber alliances at the very top, right? I think everybody's going to have a challenging time with this, because you're going to be pitted up against, hopefully you will be pitted up against alliance around the same power level as you. So we'll see how that goes. So there you go, everybody. That's what I had for you today. Just a quick video on the newest developer update and jumping into that teaser video that the devs had put out. Pretty cool stuff. A lot of stuff going on next week. I think it's going to be an exciting week next week. So I'm curious what your thoughts are on that teaser trailer and this update. What are your thoughts on our Alliance Wars now that it's getting closer? Are you excited for next week? And as always, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch the video. It is very much appreciated. And if you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comments section below. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time.